Hi guys, welcome back to our Baker Series Day 3. Today we are talking about troubleshooting, problems, and solutions when it comes to chocolate. We're going to start with the first one, which is moisture. It is very important that your utensil and your container are completely dry before you start melting your chocolate. Even a drop of water will change the texture and the consistency. The water can make it separate, so it's very important that you guys are very careful. As you guys can see, the chocolate thickened right here. If this happens to you, you can fix it with a little bit of vegetable oil. In this case, I'm using vegetable shortening. I melted it and then added it to the chocolate. This will make your chocolate go back to a runny consistency. Keep on mixing until everything is well incorporated. But to avoid this problem, just make sure to dry everything very well. If you're using a double boiler, you have to be extra cautious. Just make sure that you're never putting a lid over it. Now we're going to move on to the next problem, which is overheated chocolate. This happens when you are not mixing your chocolate very well between intervals. It also happens when you're using very high heat or very long intervals. If you guys need more help melting chocolate, make sure to check out the previous video where we go over that step by step. I wanted to show you guys what happens when you dip a strawberry. The texture does change. As you guys can see, it is not very shiny, not very smooth. I also dipped the CAKEPOP because I wanted to show you guys what happens to it. And once it finally dried, because it took a while for it to dry, it started sweating. I will link the tutorial on how to properly melt chocolate down below. Now the next problem is burnt chocolate, and sadly there's no coming back from it. This mostly happens when you're using a double boiler. Maybe the water was touching the bowl and it became too hot. You cannot use this chocolate to dip your treats, but you can make a ganache. You can also use it in cookies, but to make the ganache you can add water or heavy whipping cream. This ganache would be perfect for covering cakes and other things. Just add the warm water or warm heavy cream until you get the right consistency. It's going to take a while. Just keep on mixing. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like with water. As you guys can see, the color deepened a little bit. And right here, I'm not using real chocolate. I'm using compound chocolate, but it also works with real chocolate as well. But yeah, you guys, make sure that you guys are being extra careful when you're using a double boiler. Like I said, never put a lid on it. We don't want any water dropping back to the chocolate. I also wanted to show you what it looks like when you dip a strawberry. I mean, it looked pretty delicious, I'm not gonna lie, but it took forever to dry. I don't even think it did. And it is very sticky. Now I want to talk to you guys about blooming. This happens when there's temperature changes, if your chocolate was not stored correctly, or if it wasn't melted correctly. Once you melt this chocolate, a lot of that blooming goes away, but sometimes it could still come back after it dries. As you guys can see, it looks ashy. How I fix this is with a little torch. Try not to stay on one spot because that will burn the chocolate. So keep on moving your little torch until the first layer of chocolate is melted. This will give some shine back to the chocolate, but just make sure that you guys are storing your chocolate correctly and you guys are melting it correctly. These little holes that you guys see on the strawberries, these are bubbles that were not popped when I dipped it. So just be very careful when you're doing that to avoid this problem. Now, a very common mistake is to not use the right food coloring. I just want to show you guys, this is the food coloring from Walmart. It is gel food coloring and I added it to my compound chocolate. You guys know that compound chocolate is made with vegetable oils, so you cannot mix vegetable oil with water. As you guys can see, it is never going to mix correctly. There are many food coloring brands out there that are oil based, like Color Milk. So just remember, when you're working with chocolate, you need to look for oil based food coloring, okay? It's very important. I'm gonna link this one. It is the 12th pack from Color Milk. It is a little expensive, but a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna show you guys really quickly what this looks like. I am using Color Milk and Merkins from Amazon. I'll also leave the link for the chocolate that I'm using. It is the 5-pound bag. So as you guys can see, a little bit goes a long way. My chocolate is shiny. It is beautiful. But that's all for today, you guys. You can now buy the Ultimate Chocolate ebook down below. Next week, we are starting CAKEPOP, so you won't want to miss it. Make sure that you guys are liking this video and subscribing. I will see you guys next time.